All right, there's a big heated controversy going on the X platform, and it's spreading to fake streams, CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media, and fake stream media is exacerbating it, of course, for ratings replacement, because they have failed ratings right now, so they got something else to talk about. And unfortunately, the tech right and the right, as it's called, and even Elon Musk agrees with this, are kind of going at it, and there's a lot of nuance that probably needs to be had that's not being talked about. Here's a summary of what's going on, and I'll get more specific about what's going on, but this summary basically was approved by Elon Musk, who says, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So basically, the right split into two factions, tech right and right, and the tech right is like, hey, we need H-1B visa people to do the jobs. And the right was like, no, you need to hire Americans. And the tech right is like, but you guys are our word. And the right is like, well, you don't train us. And the tech right is like, you can't out-train being the R word. And while all this was going on, we learned some people really don't like Indians. Elon Musk says that pretty much sums it up. This was eye-opening. So in case you're out of the loop, the current controversy involves Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and the far-right faction within the MAGA movement, which centers around the H-1B visa program for skilled workers. So here's the breakdown. Both Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have publicly advocated for the expansion of the H-1B visa program. They argue that a significant shortage of super talented and super motivated engineers in the U.S. suggests that American companies need to import high-skilled labor to maintain competitiveness. And so the far-right MAGA movement is upset about this and says, hey, no, if you want to tap into skilled labor and high-tech engineers, then you need to take it from the American market and not from foreign countries. It was kind of sparked by Vivek Ramaswamy's post right here on his X feed. The reason top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers. If we truly are serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college. It starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. And of course, life is not a vacuum and there is nuance. That doesn't mean there's not a place for the prom queen or the jock over the valedictorian or the math Olympiad. And I think a lot of people took issue with the fact that there's not nuance in this post, or there's a lack of what people perceive should be included in this post. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. And another thing too is the world is not just built by engineers. It's also built by skilled labor and craftsmen, people who might not be tech savvy, but do know how to put in a staircase or build a building or lay a concrete foundation. So it takes all kinds in a country to make a country and a society work. Fact, I know multiple sets of immigrant parents in the 90s who actively limited how much their kids could watch those TV shows precisely because they promoted mediocrity, and their kids went on to become wildly successful STEM graduates. More movies like Whiplash, and it just keeps on going on. And a lot of people took issue with it. Some people came to defend him, like Tom Woods. There's a lot of Vivek hate today, all of it unjustified. I'm not saying that the problem demands replacement immigration, so get that out of your head. But come on, who can deny that he's right about this and that this absolutely 100% does describe American society? Quote, this is the quote from Vivek A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. I defy you to show me a single school district in America of which this is not true. Are we going to be petulant children who need to be flattered all the time, or are we going to face facts? Look at the subcultures in the United States and rank them in order of how much they care about those lesser things, and I will show you a list in precise order of who is producing the engineers. Vivek isn't a dumb politician. He says he knows that telling you things you don't want to hear is going to make you angry. Ron Paul was the same way. He told you those truths anyway. Again, this has nothing to do with immigration. These are facts, and we all know they're facts. When you love an old car, you fix it up to be the best it can be. You don't shout at people who point out that unsightly dent. I happen to love this country, and I'd like to fix it up. Politicians can take us only so far. And then there are spaces that took place in which people like Owen Schroyer and Laura Loomer and Adrian Dittman, who a lot of people say is Elon Musk, they were heated spaces. And after these spaces, according to some of these people who were involved in the space got their account suspended. Listen to some of this.
Conversation needs to go now because, I mean, Laura's already gotten nuked for 12 hours. There's nothing we're going to be able to do about that.
Yeah, but
oh yeah, we're having that conversation 100% of the time. You want to claim that free speech does not exist, but you literally had a guy on here calling a bunch of people various types of racist slurs and stereotypes, and he's not suspended. So God,
are
man,
you high? Did you take
on that.
LSD? Are you crazy?
Oh my God, did you take LSD? I'm sorry, don't believe it.
Adrian, when did I say a slur, brother? You clipped the slur.
Adrian. Or you sound like a fucking human version of a DDoS attack. You're like those types.
Okay.
So people say that Adrian Dittman is, and this is the Adrian Dittman account right here. They're saying that the Adrian Dittman account is an alt account for Elon Musk. Here's another spaces right here that took place.
And ironically enough, some elements of the extreme legacy MAGA movement will have to deal with it as well. Because that's how it is. And don't hate the fucking big tech bros. Because out of all of them, Elon is the only one that's giving all of these crackheads a fucking voice. I want you to try and pull that shit on fucking Facebook and see how long you last. You ungrateful motherfuckers, seriously. You keep crying censorship this, censorship that. You're not censored. Your takes just suck. Get over it, and get over yourselves. Honestly. I'm not an enemy of anyone, but if you hate me for saying this, so fucking be it. I don't care. I'm part of what's new. You get to make that choice yourself. Do better. Anyways, thank you all for coming today.
Eric Doherty says, just in, Scott Jennings brings together the Elon Musk and America Worker First factions of the H-1B visa debate to a common resolution. Check this out.
Let's jump straight to our panel. Scott Jennings, I don't want to go into a deep dive of Saved by the Bell with you. I have no doubt you have an encyclopedic knowledge of it. It just seems like something you would have an encyclopedic knowledge of. But I think the bigger picture here, because on the policy, this is a huge issue that has long existed in terms of a division between certain parts of the Republican Party. And then also on the coalition, the political coalition. The president-elect won the popular vote in large part because he was able to put together these two very key components of the coalition. How long-standing and potentially harmful do you think this fight could get?
Let me just start with Kelly Kapowski, if you're listening. Oh, hi. Number two, look, there's always been a push and pull on this in the Republican Party, and I think there's a way to work this out and solve it. I mean, I think what a lot of people would say is, and Elon Musk was making this point, if you take like the top 1% or the top 0.1% of the most talented engineering people from other countries, that's perfectly fine. H-1B visas for that. They're unique. They have unique talent, unique innovative skills. Fine. If you're using the H-1B program to abuse it, to recruit, interns, accountants, other people that easily could be recruited from the United States of America, all because you just want to do it cheaper, that's not fine. So I think what a lot of people in the party want to do is eliminate the fraud in this H-1B program, retain the top engineering talent, and there's a way to do this. What Ramaswamy did yesterday was not a great communications exercise, and it did anger a lot of people in the president's coalition, and I think rightfully so.
Guys, I appreciate A, you pulling that off. B, you putting up with Scott's Kelly.
Talk about being diplomatic about the situation. Charlie Kirk says, if I was a smart leftist, I would go all in on trying to create a schism between MAGA and tech world. We must resist this. It's an op. Our coalition will naturally have differing opinions. Together we beat the Democrats in November, and now together we will save America. And of course, David Icke weighs in on this. He says, the schism has been created, Mr. Real World is Coming Kirk, because you and MAGA have been promoting frauds and selling them to the people when they were just telling you what you wanted to hear on the road to doing what they planned all along. Elijah Schaefer says, Charlie, please fire the intern that wrote this. David Sachs weighs in and says, the person who agrees with you 80% of the time is an 80% friend and not a 20% enemy. Lauren Witzke says, sell out. Anomaly says, the tech bros who became Republicans a year ago did it to themselves. Not everything is a Democratic op. Stop lying, dude. Everyone can see who hates us and who is just being fake to maintain social relationships. It's okay. They were wrong. They can learn and adjust without you. CS, who has 31,000 views under this Charlie Kirk post, says, how is it an op? It's Vivek and Elon's own words, and quite frankly, it's offensive as an American who had been passed over for jobs in the past. I still don't get the setup by the other side angle people are claiming about this situation. Daniel McAdams with the Ron Paul Liberty Report says, you are a leftist, but you don't know it because you have a different grift. The Free Thinkers Project says, Charlie, why don't you stick to humiliating half-wit college kids for clicks and let some brains enter the discussion as to how we save America? And of course, Laura Loomer, who is debadged and suspended on X after this fallout, says in response to Charlie Kirk's post, the tech bros did this to themselves. It's not a psyop. This is just big tech billionaires treating MAGA like the peasants they think we are and always have thought we are. We are peasants to them. Cassandra McDonald says to Charlie Kirk, you're on the wrong side of this. And finally, for your consideration, Elon Musk posted this on December 27th. He says, the reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. And then he says, take a big step back and F yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. Leave your thoughts about this situation for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. That's highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, become a member, grab a shirt, but more importantly, understand what's going on in this world and understand that there are people who want to control you. I will see you in the next video.